Good morning. We'll give everyone a few minutes to hop on here. This morning, on this super rainy day, I've got my coffee and I am ready. Good morning. I don't know if everyone is around here or not, but we've got like crazy rain, but I will take it. I'm glad it is not snow. At least, yeah, they say we're supposed to get a little bit. Morning, Nina. How's it going? I'm just going to give everyone a few more minutes to hop on here, and then I can't speak. Then we will get started. Good morning, Janet. Hopefully everyone is doing good on this Saturday morning. Morning, Gwen. It's icy in Lincoln? Yeah, I have some errands to run today too, and not my favorite in this weather, but I will take it over ice as long as it doesn't freeze, right? I know out more towards the South Dakota border and the other end of Nebraska, it's pretty bad. All right, so we will go ahead and get started. I know it's early on a Saturday morning, so we're not probably going to have a lot of people in here. So we'll go ahead and get started. And those of you that watch this later and not live, you'll still get just as much out of it. So no worries at all there. We are still in the new moon phase. So you guys all know that has to do with your manifesting rituals, making sure you're manifesting what you want, not only with the end of the year, but with the new year coming, the next 20s as everyone's talking about. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard they're getting like a foot of snow. Good morning, Mama. Yeah, it's just icky, icy. They can keep that over there. We'll keep the rain here, right? We do not want the ice, that's for sure. It's actually been like a really mild winter so far here, so that's good. Good morning, good morning. All right, so being in the new moon phase, like we were talking about, is you want to make sure that you are manifesting everything that you want to kind of close out the end of this 10-year cycle that we've been in, as well as the 4-year cycle and the end of the decade. And then as far as the new one starting in the 20s and just kind of getting a fresh start to everything that you're leaving behind, it's really important to manifest what you are wanting to put closure to, and what you are wanting to start and rebuild and all that good stuff. So make sure you are journaling. That's going to help a lot. You want to set your intentions. You want to make sure that you're using your intuition and going with your gut feelings. Sometimes it almost feels like butterflies or a pit in your stomach or swirling when you start to feel these intentions and start to feel these feelings that are pulling you towards a certain direction or really pushing you in a certain direction. So it's best to start and try to recognize those. So when you start to feel them, you're getting to know how to communicate with your guides and intuition and signs that they're giving you. Because I know that there's a lot of confusion, especially with some people, as to where they should go at this point or what they should be doing. Not everyone always has an exact idea, so that's okay. But you're going to be getting a lot of signs as far as what you should be doing, or at least help in the direction of where you're going to be going. That is an awfully big cloud of smoke this morning. So that's going to be really important and important to remember, but knowing that it's okay that you don't know. But you just want to start to think about some things that you can manifest. What do you want to change? What do you, ooh, the lights just shifted in here. What do you want to do as far as your passion or something that you feel like you can improve or goals that you have set? So it's important just to think of some of those and try to start to get an idea, because you're definitely going to want to set your intentions in the next week, because I cannot believe New Year's is already here next week. And then that's it. And we're going to start bringing everything in for 2020. So it's super important. You're going to want to get your candles so that you can light them and do your manifesting on New Year's Eve as well. I know a lot of people are going to be going out to parties and different events. Some of you are going to be staying home and just watching stuff on TV. So either way, make sure that the intentions you're setting are clear, that you have everything written in your journal, and that when you're manifesting, you're seeing it as it's already yours, right? And that you already have a hold of it. You already have that grasp. So that's going to be super important. And we only have, I think, 4 days until then. So definitely some time to do that deep thinking and just kind of figure out where you want to be. Right now, the moon phase has moved into Aquarius. That focuses on our circulatory system. So sometimes that can bring in more stress, more pressure. As far as the circulatory system too, any sort of like numbness, tingling in different limbs is going to be normal. The best thing to do is just do your stretches, do your exercises. Even if you don't exercise, you can get on the ground and stretch your legs and move yourself around and just kind of start to loosen up those muscles and get that blood flowing. Another thing you can do that's really good for your circulatory system and just your skin in general is do like an exfoliating scrub or make your own sugar scrub with some essential oils, and just kind of do that all over your body, because it'll help you rid all the extra junk, and it really brings the blood flow to the surface of your skin. And it's going to help you to look younger and more revitalized and all that good stuff too. So it's important to do that as well. So that's your little tip for the week from the former hairstylist. I did hair for 15 years prior to this. So for those of you that didn't know. All right, so we are going to go ahead and get started with our reading today. Yep, I'm in Aquarius too. My birthday is January 28th, so coming up soon. All right, so what do our angels and guides want us to know? We've got one popping out already. For Saturday, December 28th, 2019. What do our angels and guides would like us to know today? Ooh, all right, we got power, taking your power back, taking control of the situation, taking control of your thoughts and feelings, and not going with what other people's thoughts and feelings are as far as what you want them to, or what they want you to do instead of what you want to be doing. Take your power back. That's interesting how that's coming through, and I feel like we're going to get a lot more as far as that goes. We got sensitivity and communication as well. Okay, so being extra sensitive, extra emotional, a lot of that's going to be coming up in this last week, and a lot of it is due to just everything coming to an end. Some of it's going to be a very emotional release as far as things that you've needed to let go, things that have needed to come out. And some of it's going to be a release of just relief, excuse me, that it's over. Something going on with my throat again. Sorry. Sometimes that means there's like different energies coming through. So as far as communication, make sure you're telling people how you feel when you get the opportunity. Don't ever leave something unsaid. If you have certain feelings, if there was something you were wanting to get off your chest, this is a really good time to do it. Another thing that goes with communication is being able to put your thoughts out there. For some of you, expression is done better in writing than it is actually speaking in front of people. And everyone has a very different way of being able to do that and communicate. Good morning, Marie. So good thing to remember as far as communication, getting your thoughts and feelings out there and letting people know exactly how you feel. Sometimes communication too just needs to be with your angels and guides, asking for help, asking them to put you on the path of where you're meant to be headed and where you're meant to be going. Especially this time of year, because it's so important to start the new year off right and manifest what you want. For some of you, it's going to be goals. And we'll talk a little bit more about this on Monday. But as far as New Year's resolutions, don't make them unless it's going to be something that you really want. Unless it's something you're going to be manifesting, unless it's a goal of yours, because it's so easy for people to make these resolutions and not follow through with them. And then you're so hard on yourself when you don't do it, and you're so hard on yourself when you don't hit those certain goals within a certain amount of time. So think of it more as journaling and manifesting where you want to go instead of putting a timeline of I'm going to do this in 30 days and this is how it's going to be. Because a lot of times with resolutions, they don't stick. People just feel like they had to make one, and then there's all this pressure surrounding it, and then you're feeling even worse about yourself because you didn't necessarily get to where you wanted to be. So think of it more as manifesting and make it more of setting your intentions and where you want to go instead of I feel like I have to make this decision for my New Year's resolutions. There's a big difference there. All right, so let's do our Moon Tarot and see what they have to say about this. But remember, energies are going to be heightened. Sensitivity is going to be heightened. Emotions are going to be heightened. So just kind of be aware of all that going on. Sometimes that can be a really good thing and helps you to understand other people and their situations that they're in. And other times it can be a lot harder because we're feeling more and we're experiencing more. So it's very individualized and very different for each person. So let's see. What do we need to know about the situation with our emotions, taking our power back in communication for today, Saturday, the 28th, 2019, the end of December. We've got another one that just flew out. We have a lot of jumpers today. Okay, so we got the Four of Wands. So a reunion that's coming together. And I just had a whole bunch jump out at me here. There's definitely someone that is trying to repair a relationship that they're already currently in. I'm going to grab these cards real quick. So that's a great thing if that's something that you are currently going through. The main thing is surrounding that is making sure that you don't get taken advantage of in this situation. Somebody has good intentions in this situation. The other one isn't quite so sure about how they're feeling about it yet in this particular case. So there is still a little bit of concern, and you can still see why a little bit of a guard is up just because you're not sure how it's going to go or how things are all going to pan out. But I do definitely feel more of a reunion coming on, but make sure that there is no push or high expectations set, because I feel like this is still going to take a little bit of time. For those of you that are in a relationship, there definitely is the Lover's card here. So I definitely feel for the husband and wife connection that needs to come back together. The husband and wife connection that really needs to find themselves. I feel a lot of love surrounding that, and I feel the connection coming back there. Now, this is to a very specific group of people. This is not for the people that are meant to leave the situation that they're in. You know who you are. This is for a specific group of people that I'm talking to today that are married and in love, but feel this huge disconnect for years. Almost like roommates, like there isn't that deep connection there anymore. So I feel like a lot of this next year is going to be about finding that again and really bringing that back together. And there's a lot of, there's the Lovers card right there. So there's a lot coming together with that. But we also got the Tower surrounding that. So that means that for everything to come back together and really blend back in and to find your connection again that you've been missing for so long, or that you've kind of let go because of different circumstances in your life. There's a lot that has to be brought forward as far as your feelings so that you're able to find that couple again and find that connection again. It's always been there. It's just been like you haven't really had that connection that you used to. And it's been very easy to push aside because you've been so busy and there have been so many other things going on. So those of you who know who I'm talking to, that one is for you, and that's very specific. For those of you that are leaving the bad situation, because I know that there's a couple of that going on too. So if that is for you, make sure to share this for them because they definitely need to hear it. What do we need to know for those of you that are leaving a bad situation, taking their power back? I just had two jump out at me here. They're flying all over the place. All right, so we got the Emperor and the Page of Wands. So just a feeling of loneliness and feeling like you're on your own right now. But this is very much a role that you're going to take on and really come to terms with. So being able to take your power back, just like we got in the beginning here. Being able to feel like you're finding yourself again and you're finding who you want to be and not just who you were told to be. Because there's a very big difference there. And that not only am I extremely proud of you for taking that step and moving in that direction of not only being safe for you and your family, but moving in the direction of finding yourself and finding your happiness again. It's going to bring a lot of love and happiness into your life. So you still have a light at the end of the tunnel. You still very much have something to look forward to. It's just going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight. So just remember that, and that's okay. The reason it's not happening right away is because for one, you're not ready yet. And for two, you still have a lot of healing to do from everything you went through. So it's okay that it takes a little bit of time. And sometimes it does because of the healing that still needs to be done inside and with you. That was a huge stack of cards. Look at that. So those all needed to be said. So I know that was kind of a 2-in-1 reading, but you can see why. There was a lot of information there. Hi, Jamie. All right, so what do we need to know concerning our emotions surrounding this situation? How are we feeling? What do we need to know? What do we need to do concerning our feelings and emotions with the current situation we're in? I love how that came through today, though, too, because it really brought together two completely different aspects of this connection of people that have been together for years and this connection of people who need to make that separation. So that was awesome. Good morning, Michelle. Oh, thanks, Jamie. Until I go outside in the rain, and then it's going to be just a big fluffy poodle. Okay. So we got be bold and make the first move. Okay. That is for you that are sitting back going, well, I want things to change in my marriage, but everything's so comfortable and he does his thing and I do my thing, or she does her thing and I do my thing. And we just do what we do. You're supposed to be bold and make the first move and step up and say, hey, this is what I want to change. This is the situation we're in. You do this, I do that, and we have no connection anymore. And we need to find that again. We need to find those people that first fell in love. Just because you've been married for 20 years or 10 years or 13 years does not mean that you have to settle at a certain spot at the bottom of a pool and just let everything marinate there and it'll never change and never be the same again. You can always find that spark again, but it's up to you, and it definitely has to be a two-way street as far as who wants to make that first move, who wants to have that first conversation, and you're being told that you need to be the one to do it. You need to be the one to initiate the conversation and kind of have the uncomfortable talk of, hey, let's find this again. Let's do these things together. Let's do these things that we love and that we need to get out of the house, and we need to have date nights, and we need to make sure that we're giving each other our time and attention. It doesn't always have to be, it is what it is. We've been married for 10 years or we've been married for 20 years. And, that's just how things are now, because it will always be that way. And you'll always have something to complain about. And you'll never be able to say that you did everything you tried to find that spark and find that passion again between the two of you, because it's there. You just got comfortable. You know what I mean? Believe in the impossible. For those of you that are like, no, that's not happening, it's been this way too long, this is your clue here. It doesn't have to stay that way. And step out of your comfort zone. Literally, all three of those were telling you to make the first move, that it can happen, and to step out of your comfort zone, because it's almost like you turn into this shy, like elementary school age person again. That's just like, I don't know if I can do that. Like, is it going to be awkward? What are they going to say when I say something? Most likely they're thinking it too. And what's not fun and exciting about being put in that awkward position again, starting over again, or going on dates and putting yourself out there? But you have to try. If there's no trying, you can't have any room for complaining, right? Or you can at least say that you tried. So yes, those are what you needed to know about how to put yourself in that situation, kind of how to resolve it. I love all the information that's coming through today. All right, let's do our cards from our angels and guides and see what they have to follow up with for today on Saturday. All right, so what do we need to know in conclusion for today, Saturday, the 28th of December, 2019? We have two popping out right here, so I'm going to take those. We got guardian. You and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. So those of you that have been talking to your angels and guides, asking them for help, asking them for protection to surround you, surround your family, surround your kids, you're being heard. And here's your message that your prayers are being heard and listened to, and are very much being put into action. Sometimes, even though we talk to our angels and guides every night, it's really hard to understand whether or not they hear us, because we don't always hear them talking back to us, right? We don't always hear the answers. Sometimes we feel it. Sometimes we get signs with numbers or literal signs, whether it's a license plate or birds or feathers or radio music that's telling us. Everyone hears very differently in different ways as far as communicating. So keep that in mind and just pay attention to the signs out there. Some of us just need to hear it. So that's what that one's for, is that you are being heard. And then we got medicine woman. So you are a divine channel for healing power. So once again, this is letting you know that you are a healer and you are able to help other people. And like I said, this does not all mean that everyone does necessarily healing like I do. It doesn't mean everyone is trained in Reiki. It doesn't mean, sometimes it means you are a healthcare worker. Sometimes it means that you're a daycare provider for kids. a loving one. Everyone does healing in different ways. Sometimes it's a therapist. Sometimes it's a hairstylist who takes care of people and makes them feel good about themselves and feeling refreshed. Sometimes it's a makeup artist. So everyone has different ways of healing. Some people can heal people by just sitting and listening or giving them a hug. So know that whatever it is that you do that helps people or that's special or that you can kind of put yourself out there for, that's your specific way of being able to help people and heal them. It doesn't mean you have like a particular license in a certain aspect. It's very, very different for everyone, and everyone has very unique ways of being able to help and heal people. So with that being said, I am going to go ahead and do an energy healing now. We're going to remove any past blocks that have been brought over with us in this lifetime, and go ahead and remove them for new beginnings, new paths to the next 10 years. So for those of you that want to stay on here for the energy healing, go ahead and get in a relaxed, comfortable position. And for those of you that are hopping off here now, please don't do this when you're driving. Thank you for watching and taking the time with me today. And I send you all so much love and light. You can do these energy healings anytime. And thank you for your shares and your likes and your comments and all of your love. I definitely appreciate it. All right, so go ahead and take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Continue to take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. I'm going to start at 10 and count backwards to 1 as the energy builds up for the transfer. And then once I get to 1, we will go ahead and transfer the energy. Another deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Energy transfers now. Cutting all cords to the past that no longer serve us. Cutting all cords to past lives that we've brought with us. Helping us to learn the lessons we're going through now. Removing any hurt or pain in our bodies. Allowing that to pass through into the universe and into the earth to be recycled. And filling any of those spaces with white light and love, wealth, abundance, and health. Take another deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Okay, let me know what you guys thought, how you feel. That was like a very head rush one for me. I felt a lot of that in my fingertips and a lot in my crown chakra. Oh, good. I'm glad you got to jump on here today too. Yay. I'm glad it helped everyone. All over goosebumps again today. Good. All right. So tomorrow I will be on just a little bit later. Tingling in your fingers and in your arms. Good. You never know what part of the body that the energy goes to. when it needs to. And one thing to remember about energy healing, and one thing a lot of people don't know about energy healing is, you know, I could specifically transfer energy healing to you to go to your shoulder, but your body might be saying, no, she needs it in her heart, or no, she needs it in her stomach because she's been having intestinal stuff going on. So it always moves to the part of your body and the part of your soul that needs it the most. So I'm just transferring the energy, but it's actually you that's doing all the work and you doing the healing yourself. I'm just kind of the facilitator to get things moving. So that's why everyone always feels so different, feels it in different places and feels it in different areas. You got a head rush too? Yeah, it felt very light today, almost like for some of us, it really opened up kind of another level. Now, remember, we're all going to be experiencing everything more intensely this next year in 2020. So if you are a gifted person, if you are a healer, or you're able to communicate with other energies, either here in this physical world or in other dimensions and other worlds beyond us, everything's going to be intensified and it's going to be stronger. Your gifts are going to grow. And so this is a big year and really important why we do all these different energy healing sessions, because it's going to help open you up to it. And it's going to help prepare your body and your mind and your soul for all these new energy shifts that are coming, so that when you start to get them, it doesn't hit you all at once. It's just kind of like me opening up a little more at a time, like cracking an egg, but very, very slowly. So I send you guys all so much love and light. I just had a flicker in here again. That was weird. And I thank you all for all your love and support. Thank you for your comments and your shares and your likes. And I hope you all have an amazing Saturday. And we will talk to you tomorrow. All right, guys, have a good day. Bye-bye.